back in!
The Escape Pod.
Welcome back to Turnstyle Records Presents The Escape Pod. I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
CynCity.
And I'm Sean Enough.
Yes, it's a four-way podcast, and if you're a first-time listener to Turnstyle Records Presents The Escape Pod, it's basically a, it's Tim and myself, we're brothers, and each week we come together and just to record a podcast about our general life and our observations around Melbourne town. My town, your town, Melbourne town.
My town, your town.
And that being said, why don't we just dive straight into it?
Okay.
How have you been? What have you noticed this week?
What have you noticed?
Do you know what I noticed on the way here? Just to throw a straight up spanner right into the mix.
Okay.
Excellent.
What did you take on chemtrails?
Oh my god, I was about to say the exact same thing.
Really?
I saw one on the way here.
Or did you see something that resembles a cloud-ish, trail-ish thing?
Okay.
I saw a big one this morning.
Yep.
I did notice it.
Okay, so it is always on the ultra clear days. Have we noticed?
Ultra cold as well. Low air
No,
pressure.
not necessarily.
No?
I
Not
don't know if I
necessarily.
believe
I've
in
thought
them.
that. Sorry to interrupt, but
It's all right.
I thought because one of the typical things that said is it's a temperature-based thing, but they happen in summer. They happen at all times of year. I've seen them pop over my head while I've been sweltering. So
true.
obviously, different temperatures occur up in higher atmospheres. And I can't speak for those temperatures personally because I'm not up there. But
And you're not one of them.
no, that's right. But as far as ground temperatures, it doesn't. There's nothing that really discriminates.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm not going to say it's either here or there, but they're quite suspicious. These large spreading clouds.
They are.
Especially
Yeah.
the ones at 90-degree angles to each other. That's when I get a little bit,
Yeah. The crisscrossy
what's up with
ones.
that one?
Yeah.
But I still don't know if I am a believer
A believer.
of the chemtrail.
You're. It's fog or it's.
I
fog, what do you
haven't
call it?
come up with my own conspiracy about it.
Yeah,
Well-
because
well
it's
done.
either it's either stays there for ages or
Or
Are they the
vanishes
markings?
pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
dissipates. It
So that's-
evaporates.
evaporates. So wouldn't that be the ice coming off the back?
Makes sense.
And then,
Well, if they are pumping some sort of chemical, what are they doing? What are they preparing us for? What's the end game?
Well, originally I thought that it was just like it wasn't a chemical thing. It wasn't some kind of mass population manipulation scheme or anything like that. I thought possibly it was just like basic science fact that, we need to reflect a bit of the sun's heat back away from the earth because, it might help curb the global warming temperatures or at least skew the data. Or whatnot, and it's a basic thing that there's a lot of heat. And one of our main heat sources is the sun, and if we could possibly reflect a bit of that sun,
Okay.
and
So
it's like an important
nanoparticles.
thing as the Antarctica melts and the polar ice caps melt, where we're reflecting less of this heat and we're absorbing more of it, and that has a flow-on effect where more and more ice melts as a result of the fact that not as much sun is being reflected. So why not, if you could? Reflect a bit by a means of science.
So, are you saying if they're not putting chemicals in it, they bloody well should be? And what's taking them so long?
yeah, well, why not?
Come on, get on it.
I just think if it's as simple as that, why not say that we're
Why
doing
not do
that?
it? Yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing
We're
it.
taking
so
steps.
we're saving the world.
Yeah,
Surely a giant mirror would have a more reusable purpose than needing to spray.
bounce it back.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Essentially,
Maybe
that's
it
what they're
causes an
creating.
error. Yeah.
Like it's a micro particle of like an aluminium or something it's quite reflective up in those heights.
Maybe that's something you could do, Tim. You were saying in the last episode about all the little bits of plastic. Maybe we could grind them all up and spread them out into
Spread
the
them out
atmosphere.
thinly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually
Um,
made me think about it from a different perspective. They could be neutralizing pollution
So it's
by
like
doing
the
that, or
Yep.
just making us sick and getting us more dependent on pharmaceuticals.
So that's your conspiracy.
keeping us sick.
Keeping us sick.
There's a
Keeping
lot
us
of
on
thing,
Big Pharma.
A lot of thing keeping
Yeah.
us on Big Pharma.
Well, that's Melbourne, my Melbourne. That's the first.
Hey, you asked. I did. I just saw that in the sky right now.
Yeah.
It's the most livable city, isn't it,
Oh, that's what
Melbourne?
they say.
I actually heard a lady on the tram the other day beg to differ. Somebody said something about Melbourne, it's the most livable city, and she said, "No, it ain't bloody not anymore. We lost that. We lost that."
Oh, we lost
She
it.
was,
Do
she
we?
was
To
adamant.
Okay.
Adamant.
Well,
Did
she
she give
was
you
riding the
reasons?
metro, so
Yeah, I don't know. She was angry about a lot of things. I think mostly herself, but I think she was really directing it towards different races other than her own.
Gathered.
Yeah.
So, how do they judge it? How many football games you have in a year?
I always thought it was
How many
like
people buy?
blatant propaganda. Like, it was like a 1984 thing. Like, you go to Sydney and, like, you speak to them like, no, we won that 7 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
everyone wins it. You're just like, man, I'm living in the world's greatest city. Well, I wouldn't go anywhere. I'm going to stay here and spend my money.
That's right.
And
I'm already there.
And it's the tidiest town, and we have the best drinking water. You always hear that one. The drinking water gets thrown around a lot.
Mind you.
Well, it is. It's actually
How
pretty
could
good.
it be better than, say...
It's better than Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
It's better than
Sure.
Flint, Michigan.
That's true.
Mm.
And PP Island in Thailand,
Oh,
as
PP.
I found
Yeah.
out, unfortunately.
PP Island. Yeah. Don't go there. Yeah, so I've got a little news story.
Right,
it's
excellent.
more of a we got him Sarge.
Excellent.
Right, so should I give the old... I hit it. We got him Sarge. So, outrage as cop finds Australia postie for riding bike on footpath.
No, well, that's... What's happening?
What's happening there?
Unpack that one.
Yeah.
They, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's good. That's
That's-
unpacked.
yeah.
Fully unpacked.
But it's in New South Wales. He got fined $330 for riding his motorcycle on the footpath.
We got
But
it.
he was the postie.
Postie. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Don't they? That's what they have to do? Because they have to get up
We
to
got
the
him.
head of us?
Yeah. We got him! So is he supposed to...
So then he's like, well, okay, well, I guess I'll go back to the post office. Rides back to the post office. The cop follows him. He goes, parks his motorbike on the footpath, goes in. The cop comes in, fines him for parking on the footpath.
He's got him out. We got him.
We got him.
He's got it out for this postie, man.
So, and it's just,
Is this recent?
this is very recent.
Okay.
And there you go. That is it. We got him Sarge.
Gee, they got him.
basically. So
Thank
bizarre.
God they got
doesn't
him.
make sense, right? He'd get away with that, wouldn't he? Like he could.
He has to
he's-
write 2 letters. Always write 2 letters
Okay.
back to civic compliance.
Yeah.
They'll
One-
always rip up the first one.
Oh, really?
I'll be getting those union boys onto him. Get the union to fight that one for you.
That's a union
Yeah,
issue,
it's a
isn't
union. Yeah, it's a union job right there.
it? Yeah. But isn't cops union as well?
Well, there,
So-
you get the two unions
Have a
fighting.
union off.
Yeah, that's right.
Could be a union off.
Yeah.
More
Could be.
than likely. It could be personal. You know, he could have cop could have a subscription to Sports Illustrated and the postie
It never
bent
came.
it,
Oh, that's right.
Increase the
he
centerfold.
increased it. Yeah, he took the value out of its mint
or
condition.
something like that. I don't know.
Had a cup of tea with his mum.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
There you go. Jealous.
Yep.
What do you think about the cop cops v postie?
Rivalry.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't realise there was one, but now there's going
Because
to
they both got motorbikes. They both got uniforms.
doing a public service. Yeah,
Public service.
Yep, they're out. Rain,
Unions.
hail, or shine. Both
The
of them.
unions.
Yeah, the unions.
They need better unions, and I only know this because they're not very chipper. You know, like they ride up and down the street, and often say hello to a postie because it just seems like a, you know,
It's
like
the
a
right thing to do.
yeah, like it's like a traditional thing. I think Postman Pat. I think a black and white cat. I'm thinking I'm going to say hello. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I say, "G'day, mate." I think they're on the grind. Let's say hello to them. They're on their own. Quite
Yeah.
often, they don't give a received response as I expect.
A
Yeah.
warming.
It's not quite.
Response.
It's not a warm response.
From the posties?
No, it's always
Well, but the one thing I will say about posties is that they don't show their tats. You
Okay.
don't see a postie's tats,
I
right?
don't think I
Yeah.
haven't noticed.
But you see a cop's tats.
yeah, you do. You were on this last week. You really
Yeah.
didn't like that.
Yeah.
Please explain.
I don't know yet. But I know there's something in that.
Well, it's just Tim thinks that if you're in the police force, you should cover up your arm tats or your neck tats.
Yeah, I just don't see why.
Yeah, this could be considered an old school point of view, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I'd say get those unions on. Actually, the last time I said hello to a postie, I said, "Oh yeah, g'day mate," and it was a chick, and that was kind of weird because I was clearly saying, "Yeah, g'day mate," like it was a bloke, but it wasn't.
So
And I think I
She
offended.
didn't turn
I think
around
I,
and go,
nah, she
"G'day,
wasn't
mate."
very happy with
didn't
it.
like it.
Oh,
She didn't like it.
just got to give him the old one finger going.
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks, mate.
Do you think she was like one for equality?
Well, yeah, she's. I guess she is.
I think if you're down
Yeah.
for equality, you know, like
I know I am.
a staunch equalizer, then you should be up for, you know, like any sort of gender
Gender neutral,
Neutral.
yes.
name calling. You know, like we can be called love, hun, and it doesn't mean anything if you say the same thing.
mate.
To,
Mate can
you
be.
know,
yeah.
as soon as you say mate, it's like this, you know, condescending, almost insulting thing to say to a lady, and I don't think it should be.
How do you identify today? Male or?
I identify. I've always said I identify as a lesbian stuck in a male's body.
Yeah.
So whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
That's what I
I think it
identify as.
Yeah.
I think they call it awesome.
So I'm on Facebook here and there, as you do, and I've been duped twice on Facebook.
As in
Get off
someone's
the book.
hacked.
No, because I keep getting these ads that's got like add a camera lens to your camera.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like a telescopic
Oh,
lens.
it's been reading your Google searches.
Must have been.
Righto.
But from time to time, I've gone, oh yeah, cool, I'll get one of those because I can add that
A gadget,
and do this, do
yeah.
that. How you going over there?
I stole this mint off the taxi driver. That's an update.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but they're obviously competing with the Uber market, so they've got
Oh,
mints and
taxis got-
taxis.
They
as a
got
first.
look, there's an
okay.
upgrade. Upgrade. So I got the lens.
Oh, yeah, there it
then-
is.
There
Yeah.
it is, and I was like, yeah, okay, it's a bit flimsy.
So it attaches to your phone and then it makes your...
It doesn't do anything. Like
It makes
it's like a clip with a stupid thing on the end, and you go like that, and that doesn't work.
Well, just tell the
Right?
listeners. 'cause
So
they
it's,
can
it's
see.
just like an extra
Oh.
lens thing that clips to the top of your phone, and you can telescopic lens, but it doesn't work, right? So I was like, look, it only
kind of
costs
looks cool.
it only
Looks
cost
very
me like
budget voyeur.
it only cost me like
Yeah.
$7. That's cool.
They got me, Sarge.
They got me started,
Yeah,
right? So
whatever.
months and months and months, I'd even say years went by.
Hmm.
And then an ad popped up on my feed very recently for a replica lightsaber.
Yep.
And it was attached to a video with a guy going, bah, 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 slamming on the back of a chair and going, it doesn't break.
Hammering in nails.
Lights
with
it up. It's got 7 different colors. It's all this thing. It's fucking weighted. It's all this fandangled stuff, right?
Yeah.
Replica.
It's everything a boy would want.
Was
in a lightsaber.
was $160, and I was like, no.
Whoa.
For months and months and months. Then it came up $27 special. I'm like, all
That
right,
is a special.
It is.
yeah,
Yep.
sick. All right, wicked. I'll get it. Order. No worries. Then it took like 5 or 6 weeks to come from China. I sort of tracked it and whatever. Then it comes in the mail the other day. It's pretty sick. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Sick. I've got it right here. It is a $2 shop. Plastic. Worth about... Look, it changes colour every time you hit it.
Oh, it's like that.
It's like
That's very old school.
It's a show bag style
Oh, show
$2 shop.
bags.
It's not worth.
That's not a replica.
No.
Well, it kind of is.
Does it? Hang on, wait.
It's not even...
Can you just go like this and it extends? Yes.
That's possibly the worst lightsaber I've ever seen.
It is. It's from the Space Explorer series. not to be confused with the Star Wars
You got
franchise.
psyched.
I did.
While we're doing show and tell, I brought show and tell as well.
Oh,
Excellent.
did you? Okay.
Ah.
I don't have anything to
It's
show
not a.
and
It's
tell.
not a necessarily a
Just by
podcast.
chance, but
Yeah.
I got this for free for giving a DJ shop a 5-star rating on Google.
Okay.
It's my very own NCIS Seaman searchlight.
Oh my god!
Oh
it is.
my
It's a blue
God.
It's a
light.
black
Oh my
light.
god! Don't shine it in here.
So
Turn it off.
you can take this anywhere with you now, and you can just see if anywhere is semen free or not. Depends on
It's
you.
not going to be.
We,
I can guarantee it.
I wanted to do a coffee table book on
Coffee tables.
no
Semen
That's been done.
places.
Yeah, really.
ripping back the sheets on the bed in motel rooms
Mm.
and running one of those over and seeing
Between-
what you
call
get.
it
Just
between
getting
the
that
sheets.
real
Yep.
mattress.
Between the sheets.
Yeah, what's really under
Yeah.
What
the
is
fitted
really?
sheet?
Or do you do like before and afters? Like it looks really nice tucked in, and then you fold it back, and the next one's a blue light picture, and it's just like the horrors.
I think you should do that. Plus, like a off impromptu Polaroid of the couple that stayed in the room the night before, just next to it, just
Yep.
to give
Where
it
they
a bit
don't
of,
know
Yeah,
you're taking
yeah.
the photo.
No, just a
You
bit of
kinda
reference.
wait.
Yeah, reference.
I've always wondered how it gets on the ceiling, though.
Can we? Does the blue light thing detect sweat, blood,
Yeah, there you go.
liquid,
Because I'm
beer?
It's got, I don't know. You can try it out
It's
for
really
yourselves.
showing up.
Hang on, where have I been?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that on your chin?
yeah. What's that
Yeah,
on your face?
look at
It's
that.
weird. It's showing up. Really works. That thing really works. But
More of a
it's any liquid, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sweating out. I'm sweating
don't
out
know.
pints of a night.
You
So
are?
well, I do sweat. So is that picking up the sweat patch? And it's not actually
That's still pretty
pond of
gross.
jizz?
It's still
It's
pretty
just
gross.
sweat.
Still pretty gross.
I don't know how it works.
Have
Not
you
so
seen
sure
it
how
work?
works.
Has it worked?
No, I haven't tried it out. I actually I only put batteries in it to bring it here tonight, so
Okay.
I could
Why,
debut it.
why are they selling that at a
Why is
DJ store?
Oh, because it's like your DJ blue light, or is it like techno?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just a really cheap, accessible light for, I don't know.
DJ
They're
James.
giving it away for free. So, anyways, that's enough of
Okay.
that. That's a brought in a sperm light.
So you've
Excellent.
been. No, I wouldn't say duped. Like I was duped with the lightsaber and the lens, but have you
got
have
a
you
duped.
done a dupe?
I've been duped last night. Trying to get a new phone. The iPhone's just not par anymore.
It's not what it used to be.
And went into Optus to get a new plan. And basically, everything online from the Optus website is about $30 cheaper a week, and you get more gigs. So if at the Optus shop, I was for $90 a week or a month. Is it a month or a week? A month. You get 2 gig of memory or 2 gig of downloads, which is nothing.
Data.
Data,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
Nothing.
But online, you get 25 for $60 or something like that.
Right.
Don't
so-
do it.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm going to buy the
That's
phone
definitely
outright
duping.
off eBay for $630. But the thing was,
But it's going to
right,
arrive
Is it
to and
real?
it's going to be full of candy.
it's full of jelly beans.
It is real. It's as real as a lightsaber can be.
Yeah. That's pretty legit on eBay because it's all like legit sellers and it's all about keeping your rating up on eBay. So you can't, it's 12-month warranty and return after 30 days if you want. But the shop, the bricks and mortar shop, has just got like half a dozen dudes running around, but they're basically glorified vending machines because the guy's not allowed to give any discounts whatsoever. I said between Cass and I, we've been with Optus for over 40 years. Combined. It's true.
Yeah.
Been with Optus for 20 years, man. And he said, I cannot give you 1 cent discount. This is the phone.
mental.
This is the plan. You have to call up Optus and harass them on the phone. You have to call up, Cheryl down at Logistics.
Don't you just have
She'll
to
help
say
you out.
you're
You're
giving
gonna
up
leave?
on them? You're going to go
Well-
to someone else?
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
but
just-
what if they call you bluff and they go, all right, well, we're taking your fucking number. Right?
Yeah,
We
well,
got you by the fucking numbers, bro.
what's in a number?
Yeah.
I
You
just-
changed your Telstra, mate. They're going to change you to 0409. How's that going to feel? I'll buy it.
Anyway, so Jez's hot tip for anyone out there: if you can afford it, buy the phone outright. Because the reason why I've always gone on contracts is because when we first started buying phones, none of us had the $900 spare to buy it outright. So you go on the plan so you can get something shiny and new that day. I want to walk home with a new iPhone. But if you can afford to buy it outright, you're saving like, I don't know, $400, $500, $600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hot tip.
Really?
It's not funny or anything. It's just
That is
No,
the
it is.
escape
Yeah.
podder's hot tip with anything. If you can afford it, get it outright.
Get it out. All right.
But the funny thing with phones, though, the funny thing that phones is that they are essentially the modern day microchip. The information that's gathered from a mobile phone is so useful to so many people and corporations that if we didn't buy them, they'd give them to us, and they should be
Yeah,
given
you're
to
probably
us.
right. Yeah,
we
they would-
pay a
they
lot
would.
of money for something and on a monthly basis, contractually, for something that
You wanted this.
they're using for marketing, for mining for marketing data.
I'll tell you what, if we refuse to pay for them, they'd give them to us.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
it's,
sounds like a
start now.
revolution
yeah,
starting.
It
I reckon
sounds
there'll be.
like
I reckon
Ooh.
there'll be a good 4-5 years where you wouldn't have a phone, but we could try it. We could try it.
How long do you reckon you could hold out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How long could you go without
It's
your
good in
phone?
theory.
15 to 20. Oh, how
I'd
long
like
is
to
this
think
pod-
I'd be fine. Like I use the phone a fair bit, but I'd like to think you'd adapt pretty quickly. Like almost nice.
I know that you can
Almost.
go definitely an hour because that's how long this podcast goes for, and I know you don't have to look at your phone during that time. But after that,
I have looked at it 15 times.
already,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, for that news story, but
for sure.
I love spotting where we are in society when I'm on the train and I look around and everyone's just looking down at their phones.
it's
And
crazy.
you go,
Yeah.
I'm going to not look at my phone just
Yeah.
to spite everybody.
One of the things that
Maybe I'll have a
stare.
conversation with the person next to
one
me.
of the things that I read
that's
in one of
crazy.
those.
Whoa.
One of those.
you get locked up for that these days.
Yeah.
a thing I read in a book about Nostradamus, and he was saying at the turn of the century,
Oh, yeah.
that everybody will be walking around like zombies.
Okay.
Like the dead will be walking around.
Mm.
So I'd heard that before the year 2000, Y2K.
Yeah, I'm with
Y2K. We were all there.
Wasn't there a bad batch of drugs that also caused a very similar effect?
What they call Y2Ks?
The bath salt stuff.
People started eating their faces.
Yeah,
and
that's
their
bath
friends'
salts.
faces.
So Nostradamus predicted that we'll be walking around like zombies, and he's
Sean enough.
Sure enough, he was right.
It was right.
Maybe
talking
he
about-
invented the iPhone and I didn't.
Maybe.
You might have. But talking about the future, have you heard about the DeLorean effect?
DeLorean effect?
Yeah.
What, as in Back to the Future?
As in Back to the Future,
Mm.
the car in Back to the Future. It was the DeLorean effect is based on the prophetic nature of Back to the Future 2, when it was based in 2015,
Oh,
back
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Okay.
late 80s.
Yeah.
1989, I
Hoverboard.
think it came out. But the funniest revelation throughout it I saw is remember that character Biff became president.
Yeah.
And he was just like a corporate scumbag that got a lot of money out of hotels.
casinos and stuff.
Casinos and whatnot, and then he sort of rose to fame and then became the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And that character was loosely based on Donald Trump when he was just a businessman, and now he's just that little thing. Like, I don't say that there's anything more to it other than the fact that is crazy, man.
Yeah.
that is crazy. It's
Like-
like almost saying, eat shit, Nostradamus.
Yeah. I think Nostradamus is... I don't think there's been one single... what does he call them? Predictions that's come true.
9/11. He did
that was
9/11.
that was fake news.
Yeah.
Was it?
Someone wrote that up on the day, like a month after, and just circulated. There's no reference to Nostradamus talking
But
about.
what
It's all
else?
bullshit.
What else is there in?
There's
Back to the
a
Future.
few things, but not everything was on the mark. Like, we don't have the hoverboards, and people tried, but we had the closest thing to a hoverboard that we've had since, and the self-lacing
I've seen
shoes, but
people
they're all
bloody-
self-fulfilling prophecies. Nike made them.
That's right.
Because
Because
of Back to the Future, but Donald Trump didn't get into power because of Back to the Future.
But isn't that
That's
the whole trip about traveling back in time? That like you travel back to change something, and that causes it, but you can't go back to change it because it's
I don't think you can ever change it back. I don't think you can never really fix it once you fuck with time.
right.
That's true.
They say that.
It's
The
happened.
butterfly effect.
Have you seen all those picture comparisons of people? They think they've found time travelers, where there's a photo
I have seen a lot of
from
these come through.
the 1920s, and there's someone walking down the street that looks like they're holding an iPhone and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
talking, or there's a guy that looks like he's come out of a Nirvana band sesh and
Yeah.
he's standing there amongst all these
Yeah,
Native
there's
American
a
Indians or something.
kid.
And
One of them's got a kid in it that appears in.
They're just hyper trendsetters.
There's a boxing one where it looks like the woman's on her iPhone filming a Tyson fight from the
holding
80s.
it
Yeah, looks pretty full on.
yeah,
Maybe she's checking her eyeshadow.
Maybe.
That was a big all the rage in the 80s, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and perms and shoulder pads were there as well.
Shoulder pads.
Also,
That's enough. Are they going to come back?
Haven't they come back and gone
they
again?
sort of have come back
Cool.
Okay.
a little bit in a mini version.
But
Pretty cool.
but what about for dudes' suits? Didn't there used to be
a muscle.
shoulder pads in
Yeah,
dude
for sure.
suits as well?
Yeah.
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 Just give you a little bit of shape.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
an 80s power suit?
It's got a girdle sewn into the waist as well, and some Spanx, and
Yeah.
you're off.
There was another thing that they predicted. What was it? The Cubs won the World Series, and apparently they hadn't won one since 1908. And they predicted they were going to win it in that year, and they won it a year later, 2016.
It's not too
Wow.
bad.
It's pretty close.
I heard a great pickup line in reference to.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yep.
What did you say?
I'm going to rent a DeLorean so I can fuck you Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's right.
Yeah. I
Did
thought
it
so.
work?
It got me laughing.
Okay. Yeah. And that's
Laughter
half the-
is, an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to get into the DeLorean and fuck your grandmother so that I basically am your dad or something like that.
That's not what the pickup
That
line
didn't work.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not go back to the
Using
future.
Back to the Future to pick up chicks that's a bold move.
Yeah, because
Don't you
doesn't he
think?
pick up his mum or she picks him up?
She's trying to pick him up.
She's trying to pick him up.
Anyway, look, Back to the Future. I mean, they didn't get the Pepsi Coke feud right.
Didn't
The restaurants are all whack. Like, there's no restaurants like that.
No.
There's no
Is there, or
self-serving.
isn't there?
Nah, there's Max Headroom's not serving anyone
Headroom.
any drinks, as far as I know.
He stopped. He just stopped, didn't he? Do you remember Max Headroom?
Nah.
Okay. Do you remember Max Headroom?
Anyone out there?
I actually wish the whole food concept came about where you could just put a little tablet into the microwave
Yeah,
and
the
end up with a...
rehydrate. Yeah.
Well, rehydrate and completely different, change molecular structure and come up with some actual food to feed
Yeah,
people.
the,
That kind of
what's-
sounds pretty good.
Is that on the Star Trek? The generator.
You got the replicator. and-
replicator. I guess it is a replicator.
No, for my food one, I'm going to go with my Willy Wonka styles. I like the little,
Ooh.
the meal in a lolly.
In a TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was TV.
You could just take it out of the TV. Wonka Vision.
Wonka
That's
Vision,
right,
that was a
yeah.
good
Oh,
one.
That was a good one.
Great technology.
Mm.
Dangerous, as was proved. You can end up stuck in the Wonka Vision world, and maybe molecularly combined with a Wonka bar, as we found as one of the young characters.
I think it was Mike, wasn't it?
Yeah, TV, Mike TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I can get some of that bubble stuff, the burping, the floaty gas,
Yep.
the
Yeah.
drink, the soda.
Mm.
Has anyone seen the movie?
Yep.
Yeah, but they ruined that with Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp.
Johnny Depp. That brings
did
us,
ruin that.
That's full circle. Well, I guess we're going to dive into the next segment.
Because you sent us on our feed yesterday a horrific picture of Johnny Depp, and when you sent it, I had no idea, even though you wrote Johnny Depp,
Yeah.
that it was him.
Mm.
You guys caught on pretty quickly, but
Yeah,
He's not looking good.
He's in some trouble, I think, old JD.
yeah.
It's a shame because he was such a handsome young man and 21 Jump Street style.
Yep.
But now he's the drugs have got to him. I think it's a mix of methamphetamines with some
Allegedly.
allegedly, and a lavish lifestyle.
Allegedly.
And he's not looking great. And so it reminded me of one of my favourite Clint Eastwood movies, The Deadpool, and not Deadpool Marvel, The Deadpool with Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
And basically, it's there's this thing where there's gambling, and you got to pick who's going to die next in Hollywood, and then someone's bumping them all off. It's like a serial killer's going through the list of the Deadpool, and killing them. So Clint Eastwood has to go and shoot them.
Is
shoot him.
Clint Eastwood on the list?
I think he might be on the list. But, so I thought we should
Eastwood.
play a little bit of the Deadpool, and have a future predictions like. Not unlike Back to the Future predictions. Who's going to die within the next 12 months?
12 months.
Well, 6 before the end of the year. Let's say.
Okay.
The end of the final. This is the end of the
of
financial
any
year.
celebrity.
But you can't say Johnny Depp.
No, it's not Johnny Depp.
Surely, is it not Keith Urban? The other guy. Rolling Stones, Keith.
Oh, yeah. Keith
He's still
Richards?
alive.
Keith
Keith
Richards.
Richards.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Keith Richards.
Is he going
First
to
of all-
outlive Johnny Depp?
Regardless of the facts, let's just say Keith Urban probably should die before Keith Richards.
Yeah, he should.
Preferably in the
Yes,
next 12
sorry.
months.
Or anyone called Keith? No?
Yeah, that Keith Urban can go before Keith Richards. I think Keith
Keith-y.
Richards is giving a lot more to the music than
I was actually going to say before we were talking about bloody what were we talking about?
Back to the Future.
No, the other film before we started the podcast. So nobody really knows. But I was going to say Keanu Reeves is going to sad himself to death.
We were talking about
No.
Point Break.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad himself
I
to
don't think
death.
he's sad.
I think so.
No,
he's a sad
he's switched on. He knows
Yeah, I
what's going
agree.
on. He's like, he's not buying into just because he's trying to be normal in a crazy world. He's getting judged as a bit of a creep or a freak.
He rides the metro in
Yeah.
New York. Like, what's up with that?
Down
There is
to
countless
earth.
There's countless video evidence of Keanu Reeves being pretty awesome. you
Okay,
know?
so can I take it back?
Yep.
Yes.
Can I change mine?
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
He's
he's-
also awesome.
I know.
But he's probably going to sad himself to death.
He's gonna sad
If you watch that
himself to death.
Netflix,
With
doco.
him and you're talking about
Who's
the Man of the Moon.
yeah.
That one's full on
Yeah, he goes really
out
goes
of body.
into the role.
He did.
So can I take that back?
Yeah, you can take that back.
Santa Claus?
I've got a couple. I think Justin Bieber could be on the list. I think
How?
he's teetering.
Do we name how? And
How?
in what
It's going to
room?
be drug overdose.
Yeah, okay.
Drug overdose.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Do you think he's trying to fade into normality too much for his master's liking?
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Yes, because he wants to bail out of this whole world. You think this
Getting
music?
pretty normal looking.
Yeah, he's not getting
He's
out.
almost
on
out
any-
of his contract.
Yeah, and that's the way.
Out of
That's
his
how they do it.
Yeah.
There's been a series of celebrities taking their own lives.
Do you know why? Hashtag me too. Because there's all the busts are starting to happen, like thousands of arrests.
Oh, so they're bailing.
So they're bailing.
You
That's what
reckon?
That's
what they reckon Weinstein's going to do before he gets sent to jail, which he's going to get sent to jail.
Yeah.
He's going to top himself.
He might.
That's a lot different to Chris Cornell and
Yeah.
what was his name from Lincoln Park, Chester.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
fella. What about Anthony Bourdain? He
And
seemed pretty
then-
cool.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
really looked into what happened there.
Well, CynCity, Anthony Bourdain's wife had called out Harvey Weinstein,
Oh.
and also there was some Hillary Clinton links.
Oh.
And
Ruh-roh.
yes, and from everything I've heard, Anthony was at his best point in his life. He was very happy. All his tweets for the last 6 months have been, "This is the best time of my life." He was doing judo 3-4 times a week. He was super fit. He was super healthy.
He was just taking off on the SBS Food Network.
That's right. Everything's on the up and up. And then Weinstein gets out on bail, and it's they reckon it's a big warning to everyone out there. Oh, this shit's not on the mainstream news, Tim. This is level 10 conspiracies.
Conspiracy internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up there.
Yeah. It's your dark place.
It's my dark place, but I love thinking about it, even if it...
Yeah. My wife doesn't get home till 9 o'clock at night, so
Yeah.
I'm
I've got a lot
down
of-
in the rabbit hole.
a lot of free time.
Love a good Google rabbit hole.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Speaking of hits,
Mm.
my prediction probably for the last 18 months is now going into, is I'm waiting for the assassination of Trump. I'm
Oh,
waiting.
you think so?
I'm waiting.
Well, there has been quite a few assassinations in America's history.
In the past.
So, I mean, odds
There
are...
has been, but I don't know. I thought about that as well, but it must be absolutely 100% kosher. I think he's got the green light. I think he's too valuable. He's an absolute distraction, and nothing that he does is in the interest of the people as a greater good. It seems to be always in the interest of big business and his business buddies. So I don't think it's like he's really a threat to the.
It's good for the
military industrial complex. He's every time they just say he's doing. He's just like everyone's like fuck Trump, and the establishment is at this
Doing
stage
whatever
doing
they
whatever they want. As
Yeah,
far
they-
as I can.
They need
Red.
they need him. in
Distraction
there.
was the key word
definitely.
there, I
Smoke
think.
and mirrors, yes.
Yeah.
I like that. That's not too bad, Sean enough.
I don't know, because I thought I was a bit perplexed at how could all sort of seem to be, but it reminded, I didn't think anything sort of happens at that level that's not really meant to happen, I don't think
100%.
anything can be driven so far off course as let one man sort of do that, sort of capable of such trouble. It reminded me of a Bill Hicks sketch where he's said that when someone wins an election in America, they get taken into a smoky room with a light swinging back and forth, and they get shown footage of the JFK assassination from an angle that you've never seen before. And the guy steps into the light puffing a cigar and goes, "Any questions?"
That's right.
I said, no, just what my agenda is.
And that's what they do. Like, they don't assassinate warmongers; they assassinate peacemakers. So you got your
JFKs.
Your JFKs. You got your civil rights dudes.
Malcolm
X. Yeah, they get rid of all these. John Lennon. anyone talking peace, they get rid of because we don't need them. We don't need them.
Michael Jackson.
I think
Prince.
he took care of himself.
I don't know. I think that's. I took that as a. Dare I say it? Not to defend the alleged actions, but
Never been
political assassination. A media assassination. He was too big to take out at the time. I think it would have martyred him, made an absolute martyr out of him. He was Christ-like at his height.
And don't forget about Sony, because Sony had their hooks into Prince as well, and it just so happens that
It was Warner Brothers.
Was it?
I think on Prince.
Well, I think Prince now owns, Sony might own the back catalogue now.
Yeah.
So
it was $1 billion enterprise.
Yeah.
Billions and billions.
Who owns
Billions.
Michael Jackson stuff?
I don't think Michael Jackson. I don't think Blanket has any. His son.
Stake in it? No.
I don't think his old man does either, and he passed this week.
Did
Who's
he?
that? Oh, he's
Michael
old
Jackson's
man.
old
I
man.
should have fucking said that guy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's on the Deadpool.
Yeah. I should have said him.
Well, who would have thought
A
it?
week ago.
He's a puppet master in the backdrops. You'd never think of him straight away.
Who's going to be the last Jackson?
Tito.
I reckon Latoya, because she's pumped in enough plastics and chemicals into her body that she's pickled herself like a Keith Richards style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
She can't be killed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, true. So, all good musicians, but I wanted to point out the way that music has turned, because I got a little feed, a music feed in my Facebook thing today. Have a listen to this. This is what music's doing now compared to, Michael
The
Jackson.
good times.
Yeah.
This is rap.
Really? I thought I was at a rave. Is he warming up to go on stage?
This is the song. That was verse 1. Verse 2.
No.
This should be lit as fuck in the club.
Would it?
Yeah. Truly.
Is that English?
It may not be, but
It
you
sounds
can tell.
like. Do you remember
can
that little
tell he's just doing.
plasticine?
He can't write that. It's like the
That
Scat
one.
Man.
That one, what you just did then. Do you remember that show on ABC like 25 years ago more? Much more. Say 30 years ago.
Countdown.
Possibly more. Where it had those plasticine little characters and they went...
Gummy.
E-o, 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 no, E-o, E-o, E-o.
Rah 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 in any language is rah 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 rah.
Those
I'm
Rhodes
sorry.
chords coming in
also,
there were smooth.
Also the
I'm glad you said that, because on the way here in the Uber, I actually took notes. No shit about this one. This is where the music's going. This is from Beatrice Superstar.
coming up next, we've got a competition. Call in, tell us where you left your keys to the car.
Hey Gary, I left my keys in the car. I locked them at Chatty.
Keep it locked, we might play the same song twice.
Here we go.
Superstars are we, the ones who have
All right. So, before we encounter any copyright issues, what was it about that song you disliked?
What I did like is the in-depth lyric.
Oh, yeah.
We are the superstars, superstars.
Super?
Yeah.
I feel a mashup coming on.
Look at this guy.
That does change things.
It does change things, and he has
It shouldn't.
like the 666 guy, with the 666 on his throat. This guy's got
Beelzebub?
sex.
Ah, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to...
Would you let your son
Pete's pretty
get
fat,
tattoos
though.
like that?
he's got face tattoos.
He's got Band-Aid and it is kind of catchy though.
Yeah.
Beats fat.
I could see myself playing it.
I went to I went to an 18th, would you believe it, last weekend. Stayed till like 4 o'clock in the morning, but they were playing. The dance floor was packed with all these young fellas and lasses, and they were listening to music like this. And I just, you realise, shit, you're the old dude at an 18th going, I don't understand this music.
Oh yeah, you can't say anything about it. Oh. You can't say anything. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
No, that's pretty sick, man.
You guys heard of Jimi Hendrix? He's a good guitarist.
What's a guitar?
Yeah. Credence. You guys like Credence? I do get a lot of that. People coming up and giving suggestions like that. Well, man, you should play some. I don't know, but it's always off mark. Are you off mark? Not liking stuff like that? Am I wrong?
I'm off the market. I'm off the.
You're off the market?
I'm off the radio market, man. I'm out. I'm out. Podcasts only. Occasionally PBS or Triple R, but even them, they're giving me the shits.
Yeah.
What do you listen to, CynCity?
I've reverted back to the 90s. I just can't move on from the 90s.
I just can't move on, man.
But I've been doing the Hall & Oates a bit lately.
That's
Okay.
cool. That's cool. That's cool. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. No
yeah.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
No doubt.
What are we talking? 90s Cranberries and
Pump Up the Jam. And,
the Eddie Vedder.
That
Ross.
Tool's good. Tool's
Tool.
good. Can't go past a bit of Tool. But what about those disco tracks where she's like, "Right on time,
Black Box.
right on time."
Yeah.
Bit of Black Box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a conspiracy that Black Box was a transgender lady, man.
Yeah, that's when
Lady.
you know
Could
you.
be. I can sing that sample better than I did just then. Sounds spot on.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Not
when
going to
you.
do it, but I could.
Record it, send
Just
it to
saying,
me.
it can be done by a bloke.
That's when you've made it. When you get, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. You know you made it when you can just go.
Can I ask, where's the origins of this person? Because
a little thing called Facebook.
No. What country do they represent?
I
Am I going to go? I might go
Italy?
with Germany on that one.
Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many views?
What? 24 billion,
Yeah.
Right.
probably.
But I did have a game, an interesting game, but it was mostly to bring a bit of memory to an important subject that I think has been too quickly forgotten. And
Oh, I'm excited.
thank you.
What
Yeah.
is this?
It's I want to pay respects to a fallen brother, a fallen leader, a fallen father of unfathered kids. I'm going to shout out to Bodie of Point Break fame.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Point Break.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze's character. It was a bit of a legend in my eyes, and thank you. And he had a lot of lessons to teach. I think he was a forefather of leadership in the face of adversity.
Right.
And it made me think, like, how do we celebrate Bodie a little bit more? And basically, I wanted to sort of talk about him and also mention a few of his famous quotes. But I thought that's too easy. I'm going to mix them up, throw in a few quotes from other members of the cast or should I say cast? I mean, that sort of trivialises them a little bit. They're biblical-like figures. But yeah, other members of the Point Break family.
Gary Busey.
Gary
Gary
Busey.
Busey.
The
there.
best.
Gary Busey
I thought that was
there.
Nick Nolte.
Yes, I was about to say Nick Nolte, but it was Gary Busey.
Okay.
It's a common misconception, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
They all look the same.
To get them mixed up, and they always play the same washed-up scumbags.
Yeah,
They're very similar characters. But
he could be on the Deadpool. Just Nick Nolte and Gary Busey could both
Gary
be,
Busey
they
could
could
be
both
on
be
it.
on the Deadpool, definitely.
yeah.
For this
That'd-
year.
Yeah.
Gary Busey
I
should
think
die.
Gary
It'd be great
Busey's
for his
going to
career.
outlive all of us.
He had a bit of a comeback, but it was more of a piss take in memes and
And
his shocking
celebrity
behaviour.
rehab and
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
back.
but it was great.
Background, extras work.
I'll take anything.
Yeah.
So I was just going to throw a quote out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what you would call a game like Johnny Utah or Bodie or whatever, but I thought that limits the game. But Bodie's.
We'll workshop it. We'll figure it out
yeah.
before the end of it.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
here's a couple of quotes, and you got to guess who's
Who are the characters?
who the characters are, and if you're familiar, hopefully you're familiar enough with the.
Familiar
It's
enough.
been a while. It's been a while.
We'll get him when he comes back in.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. But you know who that was?
No.
That was a police officer, and I don't know the actor's name.
Police officer number 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right about that.
Have you seen it? Yeah.
Point Break.
Yeah.
Cult film.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What about? This should be easy.
Yeah.
If you want the ultimate, you've got to be willing to pay the ultimate price. It's not tragic to die doing what you love.
Well,
Bodie.
it's very wise. It's wise. It's got to be
I'm
straight
gonna
off the bat.
I'm gonna go with Johnny just for the
just to switch it up.
Just
a bit.
switch it up?
Yeah.
All right. If you guess Bodie, you're correct. It was very inspirational.
Now, can we just have that again? Like, I just want to break that down one time. So
Unpack it.
unpack it. Yeah, that's right.
The
So deep.
Yeah.
it was.
Yes.
I can't go back.
If you want the ultimate, you've got to be willing to pay the ultimate price.
Yes.
It's not tragic to die doing what you love.
Well, I disagree. I just don't think that you should die doing what you love.
Why not? Good way to go
Because
out.
Sleeping?
I love jacking it, and I don't want to be found like that. Or I don't. True. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
It
true.
didn't help Michael Hutchins, did it?
No,
No.
it didn't. Not one little bit.
No.
But do you never sitting
Lead
there
up
like
did.
2 a.m, drunk, and just think, what was he? What was he doing?
What was he doing?
No regret.
I'll just try a
No
couple of
regret.
things out, and hopefully I don't die.
Yeah. Well, when you
That's what I think when I'm about to have sex.
I'm not going to
all
look it
the
up.
time.
I don't want it on my search history.
All right, here's another one.
Yeah.
Vaya con Dios.
Oh, that's got Ninanu written all over
Kananu?
it.
Yep.
That was
Johnny.
That was Keanu's or Johnny Utah's last words to Bodie as he paddled out to take his last wave
At
on
Bell's-
50
at Bell's
at
Beach.
Bell's Beach.
Yeah.
Was Johnny from Utah?
Yeah, he played for Utah.
Or he played.
He was
Yeah.
an American football star until he blew out his knee and
His
he
AC
went to
his-
law school.
It was
And
his
then became a cop.
ACL. Blew out his ACL, Tim. It's a common injury amongst sports people.
All right. This was never about the money. This was about us against the system that kills the human spirit. We stand for something. We're here to show those guys that inching away across the freeways in their metal coffins that the human spirit is still alive.
Yeah, man.
And make some money.
Fuck yeah, Bodie.
Totally, Bodie.
Yeah.
Bodie.
Because he's an adrenaline junkie. This Bodie guy, isn't he?
He is.
He wants to live life on the knife's edge.
Pedal to the metal.
That's
That's
right.
what they say.
He knows it. You can't just call time out and stroll into the beach, and if you don't like the way things are going, that's also Bodie.
Yeah.
What about
What about?
go back to the valley, man?
Yeah.
I've got one. You're under arrest, Bodie. Who said that?
No, I've got a really good one actually. This is actually a real one we'll throw in at the end. It's a pop quiz, one for extra points.
Okay.
That would be a waste of time.
Okay, now that's
Bill
Johnny
Ted's-
Utah.
Bill and
No,
Ted's
no.
Excellent
Was it?
Adventure.
No.
Okay.
It's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Jezbot's on top.
Oh, Flea.
No,
No.
the other guy.
The
Anthony
other one.
Kiedis.
Kiedis.
He's
Anthony
in it.
Kiedis made a cameo
That's
appearance.
He's making a
right.
cameo.
Got in a punch on.
Now, is that when he
Didn't
blew the
So long.
undercover operation? You think I like looking like this? I haven't seen my wife in 9 months. You think I like this hair? You blew it. You blew it.
Wasn't Ronald Reagan in that movie?
as a mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. Now, is it racist to blackface a Obama mask now? Like if you're a white dude and you're robbing a bank and you're going to
Are
be
you wearing an
ex-presidents.
Obama mask?
Yes.
No.
Is that
Is that
considered
blackface?
blackface?
If you painted your face,
But
Like
you're wearing
a
a black mask.
gollywog, maybe, because they were considered
Or a
quite.
minstrel.
I think masks are
Please.
okay. I think paint's not okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what, though. Gollywog sounds racist, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, right from the giddy up.
I think it is.
It
Yep.
is.
I think
Definitely
so.
100%. But it's one of those words, like one of those other words that we won't say on this podcast. It sounds racist. Let's hear some more Johnny Utah.
Oh, you want to hear my Johnny Utah?
He's got...
He's got the internet up.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, who was the
I
chick?
could think of him off the top of my head.
Was
I don't even know.
it Tank Girl?
Yeah, Laurie. Oh, that was her name in the show, in the movie. Laurie.
Was she Tank Girl?
Is it?
Tank
I
Girl,
think
yeah.
So. And
Yeah.
she teaches
Really?
him how to surf, how to pop, how to pop, how to pop. Get up. You know?
Okay.
Did you ever surf, Tim?
I surfed once,
Yeah.
and it was a really tiny wave, one that I could measure with my
A
fingers,
6-incher.
6-incher.
Yeah.
And I caught it, and I stood up, and I went, "Hey, I'm doing it." Then I jumped in the water, and I went, and I quit. 100% success rate. I'm never doing it again. It's good. It's
All
good
right,
fun.
what about
It's
this
Great
one?
feeling. Great feeling. But I felt it, so I didn't need to feel it again.
It's death on a stick out there, mate.
Ooh, I think that's cop number 1.
It's actually
Surfer number 2.
takes actually a little bit of knowledge about the film. And this comes off the top of the dome. I couldn't get back onto the page. So, any ideas?
Well, I like Tim's Cop 1 right at the end of the movie.
I'm going to say it's a guest appearance by an actual surfer.
No. It's a guest appearance from none other than Peter Phelps of Stingers fame.
Right.
Peter Phelps played an Australian.
Yes.
It is, as Johnny Utah's walking down the stairs to this final altercation with Bodie on Bell's Beach when the 50-year storm's coming in. Phelps is walking up. He looks like a homeless guy walking up the stairs, and he says, "It's death on a stick out there, mate."
I know this scene.
Yeah, I remember this.
Do we ever say death on a stick?
I've never heard an Australian say that.
No.
It's pretty close to writing an Australianism saying.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Like, we get him when he comes back in.
Yes.
It's a bit bad.
Do you think that Bodie survived? Did he
Isn't
catch that wave?
Didn't we have Point Break 2 Electric Boogaloo?
No, we had the reboot.
Okay.
Well-
The reboot.
What we do know is that he didn't paddle to New Zealand. There was cliffs on either side. And we also knew that he couldn't be in a cage.
How did you feel? Because you're a big fan, obviously. Of, I mean, how do you feel about Bodie just as a character? Like,
Oh,
deep down,
I'm intensely obsessed with Bodie as a character.
Yeah.
I was, anyways.
yeah.
And if
During
I-
your formative years, you mean, like when you were watching this
formative
movie?
years, I'm talking, 11, 12 years old. And all I wanted to do was rob banks and jump out of planes.
Yeah.
And do it, but have a really good Zen mentality about it, of
Yeah,
course.
be free.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't see many bank robberies.
Nah, it's all
Reported.
ones and zeros, man. There you go, Sean. Have that one. I think you'll find
Thanks,
that Hans Gruber was after the Barabons. It was a heist. It was a heist movie.
It was after the Barabons.
Yeah. It was made out though.
Traveller's
It
checks.
was making out like it was a terrorist attack, but it wasn't, Tim. It was all about the paper.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of poo though, because you just did the fart sound. I think I'm gonna run for local government or
Don't
something
do that.
like that.
Don't do that.
I've got to
It's
stop.
so much work.
Yes.
I've got to stop the poo. I'm on poo patrol. I'm walking the dogs.
The dog
around.
thing.
Oh man, I'm walking.
Can't
around
you just be a town crier?
a poo picker upper?
Town crier. Where you go to the whole meeting.
Oh
and you
yes,
go, I want to bring up dog poo.
yes. Yeah.
Everybody, look at me.
What I'm thinking of doing is starting an app, a poo app. And what you do is you get these little flags. It's just like a little, a flag, like a plotting out flag. And every time you're walking your dog and you see another poo, you put a little flag in it. And
I think it's been done.
And then we can map
Has it?
We can map all the poos and where it leads to, and whose poos is whose.
Whose poos is whose?
whose. Flag those poos on whose poos is whose.
I'm sick of it. There's
And
just
it could-
shit everywhere.
It's
like-
multi-purpose, though, because it can be used for both people that want to avoid the poos and people that want to find them.
yeah, and go and
Yeah.
shame.
It's
Shame
like Pokemon. It's a poor man's Pokemon.
Catch them all.
Pokemon.
If you make a game out of it, together we can clean up the nation.
Yeah.
You could be onto something.
Good, Tim.
Hashtag Pokemon.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Got to catch them all. So you've had a few instances.
Well, I go
You're not
on-
picking up other people's poo.
I do
surely,
not
Joe.
pick up other people's poo,
Okay.
but it's just out of control. Like, we're all talking about plastic waste and all this, litter and plastic bags and whatnot, but people have just given up on the picking up the poo. And I think it's something that, it's not good for the environment. Right? It
Isn't
goes,
it?
no,
Is
it
it-
gets into
isn't
the
it?
water streams. It gets into the water table.
Haven't they been doing it for like...
We don't want to
Millions
ruin
of
Melbourne's
years.
drinking water.
We've got the cleanest drinking water in all of...
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty good.
Why does it always tend to, like, if you fill the bath up,
Mm.
it smells like chlorine?
Because it's got chlorine in it.
Have you heard this?
It's got chlorine, it's got fluoride in it, it's got a few things. You can't, it's got to be sort of kept sanitary. It can't just go off. You know,
Okay.
stagnant water all sitting in pipes around the
Because
place.
I've been when we went to Perth, the water there smells like betadine.
Yeah, iodine.
Really?
Yeah,
You'd find that
crook.
you know that iodine is added to the Australians' diet en masse because of our tendency to drink alcohol. Apparently, the iodine
Really?
counteracts, it helps the liver or something, and it counteracts the fact we drink. There's more iodine in Australian bread than there is in bread, say, in the States.
Well, do you know what else is in bread?
What? Yeast.
L-cysteine. Often found in mass-produced bread products is actually an amino acid collected from either duck feathers or human hair.
Really?
Yeah. That's what did you put in the food you...
That's right. You got to look out for those natural additives. You know, they say no unnatural preservatives or all natural flavors and colorings and whatnot. Those natural sources can be quite strange.
Do we mention will contain hair?
Quite strange. There's one vanilla which is like it's produced by like a beaver and it comes out of a gland near its bum.
Yeah, yes.
And it smells like vanilla, and they collect this chemical out from behind
Beaver
beaver's
ass juice.
beaver ass juice, and they use it and you put it in dessert and it tastes delicious.
Oh, with a taste that can't be beat.
Yeah, but it's a natural flavour, so it qualifies.
Okay.
I did see someone experiment and get like cereal and blend it down and run liquid through it like water, and then get a magnet in a plastic bag and just dip it in, and then dry the liquid off, and there were like iron shavings stuck to the magnet.
Really?
What the fuck?
So when you buy Nutrigrain and it's saying, I want to be an Iron Man, they're actually talking about iron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a musk rat as well, and that's where they originally got musk from.
Yeah.
From a rat.
Yeah, right.
Or you
Musk
could go
first.
fact, or you could go fact yourself.
Yeah,
'cause
you
I'm not
can
sure
go
about that.
fact yourself, but who's the first to get a, was it a raccoon's butthole? What were you saying?
Yeah, it's
Beaver.
like a beaver. Or
Beaver's
something like
butthole
that,
and go, vanilla?
yeah. This is going on the cornflakes.
Like, oh, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
And does he
Because
know
that was a 50-50 there for a minute until I tasted it.
Yeah, the
Vanilla.
only way to get this vanilla extract is to suck on beaver ass, but you do know that there is a vanilla bean, yeah? Oh, no.
What? What animal was it in?
You don't have to suck any ass for it.
What?
No.
What a world.
Yeah.
The future. Oh, great. Well, there's there's the music coming up.
I can smell it. I mean, we've covered so much today.
We have. Who knows?
Who knows what we said? I mean, but as I said at the start of the show, if you haven't listened before, this is a podcast where like-minded Melbourneites or Melburnians get together and once a week and shoot the shit. What's that? There it is. We shoot the shit. We're not. I don't think we deserve a podcast, but we got one anyway. I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Ducker.
I'm sure enough.
CynCity.
Thanks for listening.
Who are you? One pod left. And there's 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape pods sounds really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should go down. Goodbye.